The Miracle Perspective, showing you the person you are meant to be. It's finished.
It's the time of the day. Please don't be late. Call your friends, I'll call my friends. Let's go and be changed. TMP is doing the most. TMP is doing the most. It's the time of the day. Please don't be late. Call your friends, I'll call
A question for you. Are you lazy because you're procrastinating? Or are you procrastinating because you are lazy? I want you to think about that. Welcome back to the Miracle Perspective, and I am your host, Miracle Chawane. I was talking with my brother after the first video I did about procrastination and its effects on you and your identity. And before he watched the video, he called me and I asked him, hey, have you watched? Before even telling me what he was calling me for, I was like, have you watched the video yet? He's like, which video? I'm like, the new video I uploaded. It's like, I haven't watched it yet. I'm like, why not? Well, then let's not talk. I don't know why you're calling, but we can't talk. Because how can I talk with someone who doesn't support my drive? I mean, you can't be my friend if you're not supporting what I do. Because what are we going to talk about? So I must spend my time listening to whatever you're bringing and then go back and do what we're doing. Basically, we are pretending we're wasting each other's time while you don't support my drive and I don't support your grind. So before you can talk to me, rather first go and check what I do. Then now we can communicate about something that we are both aligned to. It was like, yeah, but I'm like, no, we can't talk. And I hung up just like that. And then he's like, okay, fine. He called me back. He's like, look, I'm going to watch it. Let me quickly go get data and I will watch it. I'm like, no problem. Then time went by, and then later I texted him on WhatsApp. I'm like, so, have you checked it out? He's like, I just woke up, man. I just got a little bit lazy and I couldn't do it, but let me do it now. And that's where this topic came from, and the question of, are you lazy because you're a procrastinator, or are you procrastinating because you are lazy? So it came to my mind to think, how many times do we feel like we are lazy and we accept ourselves to be lazy because of our habits? How many of us think we are lazy? Right now, you're watching this. Do you think you're lazy? And why is that? So I started battling with these thoughts in my mind, and I was like, really, what causes laziness? What makes us believe that we are lazy? Does it have anything to do with procrastination? And I came to the realization that nobody is lazy, really. And my realization came back from me trying to re-look at our habits as children. I looked at kids. Who can tell me a lazy 5-year-old? Who can't play, who can't go around with friends, who's not energetic, excited to do stuff, they're not dirty when they come back home? This person is lazy. Well, you show me a lazy child, I show you a sick child. That's the only way to explain laziness in children. Because children are never lazy. They are always busy. They are always active. Then I made the conclusion that we are not really lazy. We are procrastinators. We put up things for later, they pile up, they become too much and too overwhelming, such that when it comes to a time where we need to do one, we feel like, I need to do all these other things, then we are crippled by the amount of work we need to do, and then we retreat. We quit on what we have to do, and then we accept ourselves as lazy. Then we label ourselves as lazy. We don't want to work. But if you think about it, what is it that makes you lazy? What is it that makes you not excited to do something? And what is it that makes you excited to do something else? The only answer to that is procrastination. With my situation with my brother, he said, okay, I'm going to do it. I'm going to watch this now. Then he slept. It became a mountain of a thing to do now. He slept. The only thing he had to do was stand up, go buy data, and start watching. And then after that, he went to go and buy the data, and he watched it. And he called me. He's like, yes, see, man. Do you know how many? He called me. He was so excited. He's like, I managed to call the client that I've been procrastinating on calling because I had built a giant of a reason why he's not going to take my call, why he's going to reject my business. And I got a business from calling that guy. Because I saw you on the video, you called your dad in the middle of the video. And I was like, you know what? Let me just call this guy. And then he called, 2 or 3 guys. And all of them gave him business on that day. But he had accepted himself as a lazy person before doing what he had to do. Which shows that it is not really laziness that comes first. It's procrastination. Because we are procrastinators, we pile up a lot of work. It becomes too much such that we feel like, you know what? I can't do it. I don't even have the energy. Somebody says, hey, can you please do this for me? They give you a task to do. Like maybe you're at work. They say, can you do this for me? You feel like, I have so much work to do. I can't do this. But if you look at it, where does the so much work come from? It comes from you piling it up and putting it for later. You didn't do it when you had to do it, when you got it. Now it's too much. Then you're lazy to do the next thing that you have to do. And that is where the element of laziness kicks in. Because we allowed procrastination to kick in for too long. And I've been talking about procrastination for the past 2 weeks because it's really important, most important to me. Ever since I started talking about procrastination, I've seen my level of action increase. Because now every time I think of something, I do it now. I don't want to put it up for later because the more you put it out for later, you become lazy. You're not really lazy, you're overwhelmed. That's what it is. You are overwhelmed by the amount of things that you have to do. You feel like, you know what? I don't have time for this now. I have work to do. You know when you know that you've got an assignment to do, and then someone says, let's go out and do something. You feel like, man, I have a lot of work to do, and then you sleep after that. Does it happen to you? I'm sure it does. You know you have something to do, you don't do it, you're chilling, or maybe you're sleeping, playing on your phone, and then someone gives you something else to do, and then you think about that thing that you're supposed to do, and you're like, no, I can't do it. I'm busy, or I have a lot to do. And when you say I have a lot to do, it doesn't mean you're going to stand up and start doing the lot. You actually continue sleeping because you feel like this is a lot to do. Then you retreat. You quit on yourself. You become a quitter. And that defines your identity in a massive way. You never get to execute things, and that kills your confidence. That's what I've been trying to explain. There are 2 types of procrastinators. One, passive procrastinator. These are those type of people who will get a task now and they'll just digest it, absorb it slowly. I want to understand it, let it simmer. Once they know what to do, they put it off. Worse, when it's time to do it, because now they are late, time is approached, they do it and they do it badly. They don't perform well under pressure. Those are the passive procrastinators. They do bad because they first take in the information, take in whatever they have to do, let it simmer, let it slide, sleep on it, make sense of it. Then they put it aside. When it's time to actually deliver, the deadline is here, they perform badly at it. Then you've got the active procrastinators. These ones, they get a task, they put it off for later. They're like, I'm going to see it later. Deadline is tomorrow. They are up and they work so hard. They perform well at it. So they perform better under pressure than the passive procrastinators. Question is, where do you fall under? I fall under the active procrastinator. But the bottom line is, we're all procrastinators. Imagine if we put the same amount of effort we put on the last minute when we just get the thing. So how do you get things done when you get them? You just do it when you get it. And how do you brainwash your mind to believe that, you know what, it's better to do it now than later? Assume the deadline is now. If you have nothing, if your mind is too smart to assume such things, then put something to reward yourself for doing that task now. Or punish yourself. You see, what I do right now is I don't eat. I go on a hunger strike before I finish something. So you need to be hard on yourself, when it comes to these things. Because they affect you at the end of the day. They affect your ability to perform. They affect your ability to trust yourself. And you can't be trusted by other people because you can't trust yourself. So whenever you need to do something bigger, then you pull back because you know that you can't deliver. Then you end up labeling yourself as, I have a low self-esteem. I have low self-confidence. Why? Because you're not used to doing things now. So you don't see results. You don't have results of success to your name. And not because you are bad at doing things. No, it's because you haven't done anything. You get what I mean? So you need to get into the habit of doing things. Just do things. The more things you do, the more successes you stack up, the more confidence you get in yourself. And all of that means you have beat procrastination. And you will cancel out this identity of laziness. Because you're not lazy. You're just a procrastinator. Remember, if you want a job to look mighty hard, put it up for later. And that's the message I'm going to leave you with this week. Check us out on all podcast platforms: Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Google Podcasts, Breaker, Anchor, and all other podcast platforms. The Miracle Perspective is available. Check us out there and listen to us when you're driving, when you are taking a shower, when you are doing your homework and you feel like it's time for you to take a break. Listen to us. You don't have to see me. Now you know me. So listen to me. And this is going to help you become the person you are meant to be. Remember, if you're interested in the TMP Academy, I've got the YouTube Mastery course where I teach you how to start, grow, and monetize your YouTube channel. I've got the Public Speaking Mastery course where I teach you how to be an effective and eloquent public speaker. I teach you how to beat procrastination. I teach you how to beat low self-esteem. I teach you how to beat the lack of confidence. I help you boost yourself and boost your confidence in yourself. And you get a one-on-one with me to help you break whatever you need to break, prepare for your job interview, improve on your personal and professional life. So sign up below. I have made a free training. It's a YouTube training course. It's free. Webinar.themiracleperspective.com. Check it on the description below, or go directly to themiracleperspective.com and sign up for the TMP Academy. See you on the other side. Thank you for joining me this week. It's finished.
The Miracle Perspective, showing you the person you are meant to be. It's finished.